Welcome back to our top 10 list of the best jet skis and personal watercraft for 2024. There is a range of new models as well as some old favourites across the Sea-Doo, Yamaha WaveRunner and Kawasaki jet ski lineups. With more than 50 jet skis across the three major brands, deciding which one to buy can be daunting. But hopefully this rundown of the key models and key differences will help solve some of the guesswork. As we do each year, before we roll through our top 10 list from the smallest to the largest and from the cheapest to the dearest jet skis, let's quickly recap warranty. As this video was published, in Australia, Sea-Doo has 2-year coverage, though keep an eye out for special deals when they offer 3-year coverage from time to time. Yamaha has 2-year coverage, which extends to 3 years on craft serviced within the dealer network. And Kawasaki Jet Ski has the best warranty in the business with industry-leading 5-year coverage in Australia. If you're buying a jet ski or personal watercraft in the US, Canada, Europe or Asia, please check with your local distributor. However, as a guide, when this video was published, in the US, Sea-Doo, Yamaha and Kawasaki all offered only 1-year warranty coverage. Also handy to know, as it's a question that comes up often, most personal watercraft manufacturers recommend a mechanical inspection and an oil and filter change by the selling dealer after the first 10 hours of operation. After that, routine maintenance for most models is recommended at 100-hour intervals or every 12 months, whichever comes first, though some people service their craft every 50 hours or 6 months to be on the safe side, especially if the craft is used in salt water. Be sure to check service cost estimates with your selling dealer. As we mentioned in our last top 10 video, none of these skis are designed to keep you dry when having fun on the water, though some are better at deflecting splash than others. The other thing to keep in mind when you start looking at jet skis and personal watercraft, Sea-Doo and Yamaha have 3 sizes, small, medium and large. Kawasaki has medium and large. While most of these watercraft are 3-seaters, they're more controllable and more comfortable to ride solo, especially in rough conditions. On smooth water such as rivers and lakes, you could ride with 2 or 3 people on board, but just be mindful, because of the extra weight, fuel consumption increases and you need to be extra cautious when turning sharply, or better still, take a broader arc so you don't accidentally offload any passengers. While that sounds like fun, you can seriously injure a passenger or yourself if you fall off if you get ejected. So please take care, especially if you're new to the sport. As with our previous annual top 10 lists, we've selected non-supercharged skis because they're fast enough already, more fuel efficient than supercharged models, and are a great way to get into the sport. First up, the Sea-Doo Spark and Sea-Doo Spark Trixx, both of which fit in the small or sport category. This is the 3rd year running we've included the Sea-Doo Spark and Trixx models, but there's a big change for 2024, depending on where you live. Customers in the US and Canada get the latest new generation Sea-Doo Spark and Spark Trixx with a completely redesigned top deck with a fresh design, more storage space, more functionality and a heap of cool features, including mounting points for GoPro video cameras. The engine carries over from the old model, a perky yet efficient 900cc 3-cylinder available with 60 horsepower or 90 horsepower outputs, and the hull is the same as before. That said, it still promises to be as nimble as ever. In Australia, however, when this video was published, Sea-Doo is still selling the old model, introduced in 2013, because it has too much unsold stock from last year. Nevertheless, both the new and old versions of the Sea-Doo Spark are a heap of fun. In Australia, the first generation Sea-Doo Spark costs from about $9,800, excluding trailer and registration, while the Spark Trixx starts from about $13,000, excluding trailer and registration. In the US, the new generation Sea-Doo Spark costs from about $7,000 ski only, while the new generation Spark Trixx costs from about $9,000 ski only. Wherever you are buying, please check prices with your local dealer. The Sea-Doo Spark range continues to make it into our top 10 list because it is a great way into the sport, extremely easy to manoeuvre, and will help you develop basic skills on the water. Downsides? This is a wet ride, and although it's incredibly fuel efficient, the fuel tank is small, and while the storage on the new model is much better, there is next to no storage space for a phone, wallet or tube of sunscreen on the old model, which is worth keeping in mind in case you're buying one second hand. And although the Spark is available as a 2 or 3-seater, it really is only suited to riding solo. Customers in Australia will need to be a little patient if they want the latest 2nd generation Spark and Spark Trixx. If Sea-Doo Australia sells down stock of the old model, the new model could arrive in late 2024 or early 2025. However, as this video was published, the arrival timing of the new Spark was yet to be confirmed. Next up, the Yamaha EX and JetBlaster, which also fit into the small or sport category. In Australia, they range in price from $11,300 to $15,900 in round numbers, ski only, which is an increase of $1,400 to $1,800 compared to 2023. While in the US, the Yamaha EX range costs from $7,800 to $10,900 ski only. The Yamaha EX series is powered by a 1050cc 3-cylinder engine. Yamaha doesn't quote power figures for most models, but the EX is estimated to have about 90 to 100 horsepower. The entry-level EX is the cheapest model in the Yamaha WaveRunner range, but it's still highly capable. It has more precise handling than the Sea-Doo Spark, has a larger fuel tank for longer riding range, more storage space, and is also plenty of fun. If the budget stretches far enough, the EX Deluxe adds the convenience and safety of a reverse trigger, side mirrors, and a rear boarding step. The top of the EX range is the Yamaha JetBlaster. It has the same engine, but with a modest power bump to about 110 horsepower, is fitted with step wedges on the rear of the footwells, and with the trim all the way up, it can briefly ride on its tail. Though it doesn't get as vertical as the Sea-Doo Spark Trixx, and can't point its nose in the air for as long, the Yamaha JetBlaster is still an absolute blast. In some ways, the JetBlaster could be considered the entry point to a performance Yamaha WaveRunner, with a decent top speed and incredibly sharp handling. While most of the EX range carries over last year's colour schemes, the JetBlaster comes in for a cool new blue and white livery for 2024, replacing last year's black and green design. At Watercraft Zone, we love the EX and especially the JetBlaster, which is a heap of fun. And as we discovered, if you don't end up in the water at least a few times on your maiden voyage on a Yamaha JetBlaster, you're not trying hard enough. Need something a little bigger? The Kawasaki STX 160 is the cheapest ticket into the Kawasaki sit-down jet ski range. As a medium-sized jet ski, the Kawasaki STX 160 is bigger than the Sea-Doo Spark and Yamaha EX. In Australia, it costs from $17,000 to $19,000 ski only in round numbers, an increase of $2,000 compared to its launch price a few years ago. In the US, prices range from $12,000 to $14,300 ski only in round numbers. All models in the STX 160 range are powered by the same 160 horsepower 1.5 litre 4-cylinder engine. The top of the range comes with speakers. Both models have a massive 78 litre fuel tank. The durable SMC fiberglass hull is strong and easy to manoeuvre. Downsides? While Sea-Doo and Yamaha have intuitive reverse triggers, for now the Kawasaki STX 160 makes do with an old-school reverse lever that is awkward to use. However, there is some hope a reverse trigger will be added to future versions of the STX 160 because the company has just introduced that technology on the next model up in the range, which has the same engine, which we're about to show you. This is the first new non-supercharged Kawasaki Ultra in 14 years, and as a large 3-seater is a rival to the Yamaha FX HO and Sea-Doo GTX 170. The latest generation Kawasaki Ultra, now called the Ultra 160, was introduced as a 2023 model and carries over largely unchanged into 2024 because it is still so new. Although the Kawasaki Ultra hull carries over from 2 decades ago, the top deck is all new and includes extra storage consoles, a 4-speaker audio system on the top model, a digital display screen, and for the first time on Kawasaki's full-size non-supercharged Ultra, a reverse trigger and adjustable trim. The Kawasaki Ultra LX was previously available in just one specification, but the new generation has been split into 2 models. In Australia, the base model Ultra LXS costs from $24,850 ski only, and the LX version is listed at $26,250 ski only, before any deals or promotions are applied. This represents a massive increase of about $8,000 compared to the previous generation non-supercharged Ultra, a price hike of about 50%. In the US, the 2024 Kawasaki Ultra LXS starts from $17,200 ski only, and the Ultra 160 LX starts from $18,200 ski only, representing increases of about $1,000 compared to 2023 pricing. All models in the non-supercharged Kawasaki Ultra range are powered by the same 160 horsepower, 1.5 litre 4-cylinder engine also used in the smaller STX 160. The Kawasaki hull is one of the best in the business. Made from heavy-duty fiberglass, it's also one of the heaviest. This makes the Kawasaki Ultra thirstier than the equivalent models from Yamaha and Sea-Doo. The mid-size Sea-Doo Fish Pro Scout 130 makes our top 10 list again, even though it hasn't been as popular as we were expecting or as Sea-Doo was hoping. Most Fish Pro customers have been choosing the larger and better equipped Fish Pro Sport and Fish Pro Trophy. It seems the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Scout, a new entry model in the Fish Pro range introduced in 2022, could be phased out in Australia once remaining stock clears, so if you want one of these, be sure to get in quick while stock lasts. As this video was published, it was still listed on the Sea-Doo Australia website, priced from $21,900 in round numbers, ski only, though some dealers were offering sharp discounts to clear stock. For the time being, it appears the Scout is expected to remain a part of the Sea-Doo Fish Pro lineup in the US, where it is priced from $15,100 in round numbers, ski only. Even though it is priced on the high side, both in Australia and the US, it makes our top 10 list because it is still a great way into the sport. The Fish Pro Scout shares its deck and hull with the GTI SE 170 and is powered by the same 1630cc 3-cylinder engine, but it has been detuned to 130 horsepower rather than 170 for better fuel economy and longer riding range. It's the cheapest ticket into a fishing jet ski of any brand, and it comes ex-factory with a Garmin GPS unit and fish finder, 3 fishing rod holders, a 51-litre cooler box, trolling mode, and Sea-Doo's IDF debris removal system. It's a capable craft, but as with the rest of the GTI series, as a mid-size model, it's better suited to calm waters rather than ocean or choppy conditions. In the mid-size Yamaha VX range, we reckon the Cruiser is the pick. The one powered by the super efficient 1050cc 3-cylinder engine rather than the 1.8 litre 4-cylinder engine. That is, of course, unless you want to tow or ride with 3 people on board most of the time. The Yamaha VX Cruiser 3-cylinder comes with a new colour scheme and a higher price for 2024. In Australia, the previous model dipped below $18,000 ski only 2 years ago. The new one costs almost $21,000 ski only before trailer and registration are added. In the US, this model costs from $12,800 in round numbers, ski only, and we reckon it's the sweet spot in the VX range, especially if you're after fuel efficiency or longer riding range. It's powered by Yamaha's super reliable TR1 1050cc 3-cylinder engine. We reckon the Yamaha VX powered by the 3-cylinder rather than the 4-cylinder option remains one of the most underrated models in the market. In Australia, this variant comes with factory-fitted speakers, tiered seating, and docking cleats. Storage in the centre console and the bow is fair for this size of craft. The hull is made from SMC fiberglass, yet moulded to the same shape as Yamaha's race-winning GP 1800 hull. It's a comfortable and very easy craft to manoeuvre and has precise and nimble handling. Downsides? Sadly, there's no adjustable trim on this model, otherwise it would be close to perfect. However, with a 70-litre fuel tank and a small engine, it will run all day for most riders. The Sea-Doo GTX 170 is Sea-Doo's entry point into the large watercraft class. In Australia, it costs from about $23,300, in round numbers ski only, an increase of about $1,000 compared to the prior year, even though there are no changes other than the colour scheme. In the US, this model costs from $15,200 ski only, in round numbers. The GTX is powered by a 170 horsepower non-supercharged version of Sea-Doo's popular 1630cc 3-cylinder engine. Last year, supply restrictions saw Sea-Doo not offer optional audio speakers, the VIP dash, or intelligent debris removal system on this model. For 2024, however, these popular options are back on the table, bundled as an option pack that brings the price of the craft to $24,800 in Australia and $16,400 in the US. We reckon all these optional features should be standard by now, given the price and the competition. Nevertheless, the Sea-Doo GTX 170 makes it back onto our top 10 list for 2024 because it's still an underrated ski in our opinion. It shares the same platform that is the basis of the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Sport and Fish Pro Trophy, but without the fishing accessories, which can be added later. A triumph of industrial design, the top deck makes the ST3 series the most user-friendly ski on the market today. But the shape of the hull is better suited to flat water or medium chop rather than rough ocean swell. In rough conditions, the Sea-Doo ST3 hull tends to bow hunt and is not as predictable or as comfortable as the Yamaha FX when the going gets really tough. However, the GTX 170 is super economical, comfortable to ride in calm waters, and has the best ergonomics in the business. The Yamaha FX HO WaveRunner is Yamaha's entry point into the large personal watercraft class, and it has a new 1.9 litre 4-cylinder engine and a larger display screen for 2024. These changes, however, have come with significant price rises. There are two models, the 2024 Yamaha FX HO from $27,400 ski only, and the Yamaha FX HO Cruiser, which is $28,300 ski only, representing increases of close to $3,000 compared to the previous 1.8 litre model. In the US, the 2024 FX HO costs from $15,700 ski only, and the FX HO Cruiser is listed at $16,999 after modest price increases of $300 compared to the year prior. Both models now come with a new 7-inch digital touchscreen rather than 5-inch before, and in Australia, the optional speaker system is standard. The infotainment screen can be configured with maps and can help you make or take calls and text messages via tiny microphones on the top of the console. From 2022 onwards, the FX hull was upgraded to heavy-duty SMC fiberglass rather than lightweight Nano XL. The Yamaha FX has the single largest bow storage in the jet ski market after Kawasaki redesigned the front storage area in the latest Ultra series. An upgrade that was introduced in 2022 and which continues today, the latest Yamaha FX series has a bigger glove box than before, as well as charging ports and a rubber holster for smartphones. The large rear deck is designed to accommodate Yamaha's optional range of rec deck accessories. There is trim adjustment to better handle rough chop, and a reverse trigger for easy low-speed manoeuvrability. The 70-litre fuel tank delivers good riding range, though the fuel filler cap is on the nose, which makes it difficult to refuel when on the water. After 2 years of Yamaha FX low fuel warning buzzers being triggered early, even though the tank was more than half full, and the fuel use trip meter being wiped every time the engine was switched off, Yamaha has finally come up with a software fix for 2024. The Sea-Doo Fish Pro Sport is one of the most popular skis on the market today and a favourite at Watercraft Zone for its genius practicality and turnkey approach to fishing off a jet ski. It comes with a 51 litre cooler box, fishing rod holders, a navigation unit, an extended rear deck to attach extra fuel bladders, side steps to avoid scuffing the top deck, as well as Sea-Doo's clever debris removal system. The super cool blue and white colour scheme of the Sport was so popular, it's been carried over from 2022 to 2023 and now into 2024. Meanwhile, compared to the Fish Pro Sport, the flagship Sea-Doo Fish Pro Trophy gains a pop-up swivel seat, dual batteries, a live bait well, a claw anchor, a widescreen VIP digital dash, and a touchscreen navigation unit rather than button controls on the Sport. The Trophy has also proven so popular, it too carries over its striking colour scheme from the previous 2 years. In Australia, the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Sport costs from $26,664 and the flagship Sea-Doo Fish Pro Trophy costs from $30,300 in round numbers. In the US, the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Sport starts from $17,399 ski only, and the Trophy costs from $20,499. Both the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Sport and Fish Pro Trophy are powered by the same 1630cc 3-cylinder engine with an output of 170 horsepower. Downsides, as with other Sea-Doo ST3 based models, the Fish Pro Sport and Trophy are better suited to flat water or medium chop rather than rough conditions, and the large footwells can fill up with water, but a quick blast of the throttle empties them pretty quickly. At Watercraft Zone, we love this ski, and we can see why Sea-Doo has expanded the capability of this platform to include the next model in our lineup that rounds out our top 10 list for 2024. The Sea-Doo Explorer Pro was a new model for 2023 and established a new segment in the personal watercraft market. For 2024, the non-supercharged 170 horsepower model carries over the same as before, but there's now the option of supercharged power. The Explorer Pro is now available with a supercharged 230 horsepower engine. The standard model is powered by Sea-Doo's familiar 1630cc 3-cylinder Rotax engine with an output of 170 horsepower, the same as the Fish Pro Sport, Fish Pro Trophy and GTX 170. But the Explorer Pro 230 is powered by the 230 horsepower supercharged version of the 1630cc engine fitted to the GTX 230 and GTR 230 performance skis. In Australia, the Sea-Doo Explorer Pro 170 costs from $28,364 ski only, and the Explorer Pro 230 is $1,500 more, listed at $29,864. In the US, the Sea-Doo Explorer Pro 170 starts from $18,899 ski only, and the 230 is $1,000 more, $19,899 ski only. We reckon the 170 horsepower version is still the better choice because it delivers longer riding range thanks to its better fuel efficiency. But if you have a need for speed, there is now at least the option of supercharged power. It's worth noting both the 170 and 230 models are identical down to every detail, including the same colour and trim combination and accessories. The only difference is the engine. The Explorer Pro is based on Sea-Doo's ST3 hull and deck design that was originally introduced in late 2017 as a 2018 model year. Although the platform is now 7 years old, it's still in a niche of its own, and no one has manufactured a jet ski like this before. While the industry-first windshield stops some water spray, it's primarily designed to deflect wind chill on winter rides. Unique features include 2 rear deck extensions, which create a platform for a range of clever accessories such as extra fuel storage, a cooler box, and waterproof cargo bags. Depending on the configuration, you can attach up to 5 of Sea-Doo's fuel caddies. In our experience, that would deliver a total riding range of more than 300 kilometres or almost 190 miles, depending on your cruising speed and conditions on the water. Even without the extra fuel on board, the Explorer Pro's standard 70-litre or 18.5 US gallon fuel tank delivers a maximum cruising range of 140 kilometres to 150 kilometres or 85 to 95 miles when used economically in ideal conditions. The Explorer Pro is also the only jet ski on sale today with height and tilt adjustable handlebars, the only one with a windshield, and the only one with large external rails on the bow to create additional dock tie points. These features are in addition to Sea-Doo's widescreen instrument display, standard in Australia but optional in the US, and the top-end factory-fitted 7-inch Garmin touchscreen navigation unit, the same unit installed on the Sea-Doo Fish Pro Trophy. The Explorer Pro also comes with Sea-Doo's unique and industry-first reverse thrust debris removal system called IDF. After some initial gremlins with the technology when it was introduced a few years ago, improvements to the hardware now mean it's a competitive advantage. Rival jet ski brands, for now, don't have any type of automated debris removal system. If you're planning on riding lakes, rivers, or waterways with mild wind chop, this is a great ski and it shares the same ergonomics that make the Sea-Doo Fish Pro models so appealing. So the Explorer Pro is definitely worth a look. That rounds out Watercraft Zone's top 10 jet skis for 2024 for first timers and anyone new to the sport. As always, please hit like if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future updates, and so that we can grow our jet ski community. Thanks for watching.